Hey, what's going on, guys? USC Gamer here with a 100 tips for Warframe players. This may be for new or veteran players. This is my 100 subscriber special, so thank you so much for everyone that has subscribed and made this journey more enjoyable. So yeah, let's just jump straight into this. It'll be a variety of tips in no particular order. Your star chart is where you access all your missions and where you pretty much go to everything. On the right side, you have the Steel Path option and the Origin System path. You'll also have the Railjack section to choose from. Tip number 2 is to always complete your daily sortie, as they offer you some of the best rewards in the game. The missions can be kind of difficult for certain players, but as you progress, they will become more and more easy. The reward pool offers Riven mods and legendary cores, which can be very valuable. Tip number 3, you can find Kuva siphons and floods in your alert section towards the bottom. This can make it a little bit more convenient for you if you were trying to farm Kuva. Helping Clem is useless, and always try to make sure you are doing the Maru's Bazaar to get the Itan treasure. Tip number 5, arbitrations are always great to do, as they can offer you some of the most valuable mods in the game, and they will get you Vitus Essence, which can be used at the Arbiters of Hexus and any relay, which can be used to trade for certain mods, items, and weapons. Your invasions will allow you to get certain items and certain crafting components that are quite easy to farm. For example, you can get the Strenwraith Barrel and the Snipetron Vandal Receiver from completing these invasion missions. You can get Mutagen Mass, Field Drawn, and Detonite Injectors. These invasions will require 3 missions to be able to redeem your reward. Your reward will be found in your mailbox once the invasion is complete. At the bottom of invasions, you will see this Fomorian and Razorback construction status. They will charge through time of invasions, and when they are full, the event will happen. Either you will destroy the Fomorian or you destroy Razorbacks. Syndicate missions aren't really necessary to do, but they are nice to do if you really do need standing, or if you want to get standing to get certain weapons, to get Archwing parts. Tip number 9 is the Sanctuary Onslaught and the Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. Sanctuary is where you get Korra, Elite is where you can get full Radiant Relics and Vandal weapon parts. There are 5 different kinds of relics in the game. There's Lith, Mezzo, Neo, Axii, and Requiem. Requiem are unique to the Kuva Fortress. Otherwise, the rest of these can spawn based on the level of the planet. One of the best Axii relic farms is Apollo on Lua. Tip number 12, Pavlov, the spy mission on Lua, probably the most difficult, but there are guides to do it. This can offer you unique mods such as Blood Rush. After every 5 minutes on Tycho on Lua, sentients will spawn and they will scale up in numbers and difficulty as you get further into the mission. There are 3 different open world sections in Warframe. There's the Deimos, where you can go into the Cambion Drift and the Necrolisk. On Earth, you have the plains of Eidolon and Cetus. Venus is where you have Fortuna and Orvalis. Deimos is the rebranded Derelict. Now what's great about Deimos is you don't have to pay to get into these missions unlike you used to in the Derelict. It makes it a lot easier to farm certain mods. And for this next tip, tip number 16, I believe, is you can get corrupted mods from missions within the Deimos. I personally believe the best way to do it is go to Horrend. It is a capture mission. Speedrun that, find the vault, open it with your vault keys. Boom. Easy platinum, easy good mods. If you ever have a challenge where you have to farm a boss, highly recommend going to Iliad and fighting the Sergeant, as he is the easiest boss in the game currently. On Jupiter, the boss fight for the Ropalo list is there. This is where you will get Wisp parts and amalgam mods for weapons. On Ceres, Gabby is another credit farm. Extract every 5 minutes so you get 25,000 credits. Do it, run it again. That's an easy credit farm compared to the Index. A great Orkinsel farm is Exta on Ceres. It is an assassination mission against like Krill and Captain Vor. This is quite easy. Just look around, you'll get Orkinsels from them dropping them, and the Orkinsels found around the mission. Europa is the planet where Grendel missions are farmed. You'll see these nodes, as I do not have all 3 of the parts, but you do get the keys to find these nodes from the Arbiters of Hexus through arbitration rewards with Vitus Essence. Another tip, these missions disable mods, but they do allow augments, so keep that in mind if you need a certain Warframe, such as Mirage with her Legerdemain augment, which can make certain missions easier. Helene is an excellent farm for affinity farming. The other option compared to the option on Sedna, I recommend going to Helene though, because it has better resource drops. You can get Orkinsels and Plastids, which are used for many crafting recipes, especially for your clan. Neptune is where the Index is located. I highly recommend going here when you have a credit booster or you have multiple, as you can get insane amounts of credits. I highly recommend bringing a high damage weapon or something that you can one-shot these enemies with, and do be warned, you will start to lose energy as you have more points on you. So yeah, do be aware of that, but this is the best credit farming mission in the game. Certain bosses will require a quest, and certain bosses will require a blueprint to be able to fight. For example, the Jordis Golem, you must complete the Jordis Precept quest. And for the Mutos Ladvi Assassinate, you need to complete a quest and build the key to access this mission. Senna is home to some of the best endo farms with these arena missions, so if you do need to farm endo, do consider running these arena missions or taking Iatan treasures to Maru. Senna is also home to the notoriously best XP farm, Hydron on Senna. It is a defense mission. In the Void, this is where you find Argon Crystals. I personally believe that one of the best solo farming options is going to Hepit with the capture mission. Speedrun it. Make sure you have your Codex scanner out so you can see Argon Crystals through the walls, and just speedrun that mission until you find what you need. Otherwise, you can go to a survival mission such as Ani and run loot frames. Under your dojo, you can see featured dojos and you can visit them to be inspired, as I am inspired by this very inspirational profile picture. You will need a clan key to enter your dojo, so do make that before you get frustrated and think your clan has already banned you. Your dojo is home to many different things such as trading stations, research labs, and your railjack dry dock. Depending on the clan you're trading with, there can be a clan trade tax. Try to trade in a location with a 0% trade tax. Many clans do this, but some clans are bogus, do a 5, 10, 20% trade tax, so do be warned. And do not trade in Maru's Bazaar, as there's a tax there too. To the left side of your star chart, you will have the syndicate options. These syndicates you will be able to join at, I believe, Master Rank 3, and they will give you special rewards based on the syndicate. They can give you sigils, arcwing parts, and special mods based on your Warframe and for the certain weapons. They can also give you special faction weapons such as the Sancti Castana, Sancti Tigris, and Sancti Magistar, and they give you seeds and Exilus weapon adapter blueprints. The amount of standing is capped based on your master rank, so if you do want to farm more standing, get your master rank up. Your codex is your best tool to find information that you need about Warframe, and the market is where you can purchase platinum, boosters, and other items. You should always farm Nightwave. Nightwave can offer you unique rewards, and then I would highly recommend completing the 7,000 missions right away or as soon as possible, just so you can make sure you have as much standing as possible. In Nightwave, you can get these creds called intermission creds or whatever its name, and go to cred offerings and purchase items with your creds. You can get aura mods, weapon blueprints, certain mods, Orcan catalyst reactors, and parts for Valbon, Kuva, and Nitan extract. To farm master rank, I highly recommend making a bunch of weapons and warframes before. This will take a lot of credits and resources, but you will never regret farming master rank, as it will make your gameplay easier and farming for certain things easier. Some weapons will require previous weapons to build, and so do keep track and try not to trash weapons that you need to craft other weapons. As you can see, I have made 4 weapons that I need for other weapons that I've mastered before, essentially wasting the same amount of credits and resources. Dragon keys are required to open Orcan vaults to get corrupted mods. They will take 10 void traces and 250 ferrite. You can equip all 4 on your character, and I do have a guide for farming these on my channel, so do check it out. To put endo in your Iatan sculptures, you go to your modding section, which is in the left side of your hull of the ship. You select whichever item that you want to put Iatan stars in. For example, I want to put them into my Iatan Anasa sculpture, and you can click auto install. You can transmute multiple Requiem mods to get a new Requiem mod. Once they are defiled, be willing to transmute them, but you can transmute them when they are all in one also. You can purchase Riven slots. Legendary cores will dismiss the endo cost and the credit cost of upgrading a mod. Do not use it on a low cost mod such as a 3-point mod. Recommend using it on a multiple point mod. I believe this is 10 or 12 points. Parazon mods are often forgotten about but can make life a lot easier. Some of my personal favorites are Auto Breach and Untraceable. If your Gubro dies in mission, start losing its health buff, so you will need to purchase DNA stabilizers in your market area. Make sure you are interacting with your pet, and if you are not on the game or not interacting with them, this damage stat will continuously get lower and lower. There are different species of Krubros, Kavats, and different versions of your Sentinels. You can see this in the Codex section, and then if you go to Companions, these certain species will have unique mods and unique buffs. You can see faction weaknesses in your codex. Simply go to a certain enemy that you want to find the weakness for. Once you have them fully scanned, you can see the weaknesses and the strengths against. You can also see what they drop. To keep track of what you have mastered and not mastered, simply go to your Warframes, and whenever you see the mastery symbol on there, that means you have gotten it to level 30. Any weapons or Warframes that you have not, simply go find them and be able to craft them. So this will just allow you to stay more organized when farming for mastery rank. In the top left of your arsenal tab, you'll be able to see a arrow, and this will allow you to loadouts for your weapons and warframes depending on what kind of missions you want to do. You can make index loadouts, you can make boss fight loadouts, you can make varieties of different loadouts just for your convenience. To customize Octavia's mana cord, you need to go to appearance and mana cord. To equip a heavy weapon to be able to use in everyday missions, you will need a gravimag, and you'll need to apply it to whatever arc gun that you want to use in the game. If you are stuck on the Master Rank 19 test, bring the Redeemer and Banshee, as they will allow you to breeze through it super easily. I have a guide in a previous video. After you complete the Master Rank, you will get these rocks that symbolize your progress. I don't even know what to do with them, but yeah, do be aware if you have played the game for a while and you've just got a whole stack of these, they are in your inventory. In the back of your ship is where your relics are found. You can find certain parts. Let's say I want to find Helios. I just looked up Helios, and this is where you can find all of his different parts and different relics. Using this glowing circle in the back of your ship, you can access your railjack. Your sleeping quarters are required to complete and activate certain quests for Warframe. Your mana cord sounds are also found in the sleeping quarters of your place. Simply click on it and play whatever songs you want to listen to or whatever soundtracks you want to listen to. You can customize whatever you have displayed in your sleeping quarters simply by walking up to it, clicking, and you can select whatever slot you want to make it. In the back of your ship, you can access this infested room either if you have a pus pod on your neck or if you are using Nidus. Simply walk up to it and pop it. In the back of your ship is where you can access your operator and see your focus schools. This is also a large area where you can put a lot of decorations, as I do not have any decorations back here. To access orbiter decorations, press escape, equipment, orbiter, decorate. This is the decoration menu. To place a decoration, follow the indicated key and find a decoration that you have. As I've recently master ranked up, I could put another stone down, as I could just plop it down right there. So indicate where you want to put it. To adjust this, you can click on it and you will have a whole menu of options here. You can do X to push and pull the option. Just hold X and use the mouse key to however you want to move it. A while ago, all the Warframes, or most Warframes, got some sort of a passive. You can check your passive by going to your Warframe and pressing abilities and going to your passive. Some of these passives are useless and can be changed by our augment mods. Some of them are quite useful. In your Warframe section, you can also see tips for your certain Warframe. You could tab through these just to see different kinds of tips and tricks that DE has given you. Barracuteer comes every 2 weeks and usually stays from 2 to 3 days. He will sell you prime mods and certain seasonal weapons and items, so do be aware. To get floofs, you will have to go to one of the open world areas, tranquilize natural animals, and trade them with the respective person to be able to get a floof for your orbiter. Maru's Bazaar is where you can turn items into endo, so by going to Maru's Bazaar. When you enter Maru's Bazaar, you can go to her, extract endo, and select the item that you want to trade into endo. You can trade in Maru's Bazaar with some very unique characters, as some of them will try to rip you off, so do be aware that you can get a very bad deal in Maru's Bazaar. I highly do not recommend going there. Just a bit of advice, do not use trade chat or region chat, as they can often get you banned, or in trade chat you can very much easily get ripped off. The Q&A chat is excellent for new players if you're trying to find certain answers for your questions that you can't seem to find online or in your codex. Otherwise, many veteran players will help new players in the Q&A chat. The Conclave will take you most likely 30 minutes to find a game because no one likes to use Conclave. Steel Path can offer you unique rewards through Steel Essence, and it will also increase the difficulty of enemies, health, shield, armor, and drop chance and mod drop chance. To redeem these rewards, you'll have to go to a relay and visit Teshin. You can fast travel to Teshin, walk up to him, and Steel Path honors. As I do not have pretty much any Steel Essence, currently the item on rotation is Forma, so you can buy ephemeras, Formas, relic packs, Kuba, and different armor for your operator. Conclave rewards can vary from skins, mods, to actual Warframes, as you can get Exilus adapter blueprints, which are needed for quite a few things. You get Mag, Volt, and Excalibur, and some scenes. I highly recommend that you do not do the Darvo deal, as most of these are pretty much useless. Who the hell wants the Hind? Maybe the Kuba Hind, but I do not recommend doing anything like this. Cephalon Samaras will allow you to get daily targets, which will get you standing with him, and you can trade medallions for standing. In the right side of Samaras is where you can see his offerings. These can give you widgets for your synthesis scanner, transmutation cores, blueprints and components for certain warframes, certain weapons, and can get you these umbral mods. Cephalon Samaras is where you can access the simulacrum. This is where you see most YouTubers test out weapons and show you the stats. You could practice master rank tests for yourself, as they will go all the way around up to here, which is this is the mastering 29 test, as I can pretty much guarantee it will continuously be expanded on. So when you enter a relay, Barokatir will be towards the back. Often he will spawn here, and this is where you can make trades with them. To get Auric and Ducats, you need to go to these kiosks, and it will show where the Barokatir will be reappearing and how much longer. This is where you can put in your prime parts. This is around tip number 84. To access the items in your inventory, you can go to Options, Equipment, and Inventory. This is where you can see pretty much everything you have, and it's also another mini credit farm. To farm credits from this, you can click Only Sellable and find items that are essentially just free to sell, and they will have real no cost to you. As I could sell this Alad V sigil for a couple of credits, and I could sell certain items for let's find some miscellaneous. I do not need a Hero chassis blueprint, and there are a bunch of different items that you can probably find in your inventory that you do not need. This will allow you to get a little more inventory space, and it's the credits that you attain over time. Like, I just made 46,000 credits right there, no effort. You can do a show profile to see all of your different stats. You can see the balances of your character. You can see your marked for death by, which clan you're in, and what master rank you are. You can see the master rank breakdown also. To find the holes in your master rank, you can compare this to an image on Google or something, where they show the max amount of master rank you can get for each section, so you can find out where you don't have all the challenges met. You can access also where you can see other challenges. As you can see, there's 208 available. My tips from 90 to 100 will be different ways you can make platinum in Warframe. I've made this in a previous video, but this is going to be a very quick overview. You can sell Requiem mods, Riven mods, and Prime mods, and other smaller mods. You can sell Iatan treasures. You can sell Void relics. And then you could sell relic parts. You can see what relic parts you have in either the foundry or in your inventory as previously shown. You can sell Archon parts found in any of these syndicates that you are joined in. You can also sell the certain mods that your syndicates offer. These can range in different amounts of platinum based on how often they're used. You can often sell Pilfering Swarm. You can sell legendary cores, but make sure you are more likely to use it for yourself than to sell it, so do be warned of that. My tip for number 99 is to use Warframe Market if you're ever going to trade or purchase something, as you can find the most fair price, and sometimes you can find the perfect time where the prices are at the lowest. I believe this will be tip 100 now. Do not get burnt out, and do be cautious when you're playing Warframe, as burnout is pretty much the easiest way to quit this game, because people just simply won't stop. They'll just keep grinding, and they'll get burnt out, they'll complain, and they'll be done. So if you do want to keep on Warframe, do partition your time to where you can enjoy the game the most. But I believe one of the number one reasons, or one of the reasons that people leave this game is burnout. So yeah, that's number one thing I advocate for. Try not to get burnt out in this game. So yeah, that was my somewhat 100 tips and tricks and information bits for Warframe, and this is for new players or veteran players. I know this didn't cover everything or everything in depth, but it covered quite a bit of information. So yeah, thank you for watching.